Good deal. Kyle, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. You guys got me finally?
Yeah, we do. And thank you so much. Appreciate you being patient with us along the way as well. Man, we're going to cover everything that you've got going on as well. I know we were just talking about the double. We'll get to that. But, we're literally talking to racers from every background. And, and talking about what you do, unless you start actually building cars, I think you pretty much cover everything from a driver to a team owner to a sanctioning body owner and all of that. But, give us an idea of just what your normal world is like, because I know it's not normal by comparison to the rest of us.
Well, my normal world is very busy with racing, and as you said, I'm not building race cars, so all of it's driving. But even my kids are racing, go karts a little bit here, and Owen he's progressed into the micros a little bit. So most every day's filled up with racing of some sort. So yeah, it's fun, and yeah, the high limit stuff too has been enjoyable and fun to kind of see that grow and work on what it takes to continue to grow to where we want to be. So yeah, it was a good 2024 season between racing and high limit and everything else that we had going on. So yeah, hoping for more good things next year, and already excited about getting the year started.
Awesome. If we could talk about high limit racing, first of all, if you don't mind, let's talk about the origins of this series and you and Brad Sweet and everyone getting together and starting it. Why you started it and how it's going now.
Yeah, well, so a couple years ago we just did the some midweek racing. I think that we got 11 races in, and yeah, I think that really opened our eyes to kind of how we could grow the sport a lot. And Tony Stewart had reached out to us about wanting to kind of move on from the ownership or series ownership side. So we saw a good opportunity to try to elevate the national scene even more than what it already currently was. Really wanted to try and allow more teams and more drivers and more tracks to make some money, and also give the fans even more racing. So yeah, from there you hit from 11 races to I think 61 races nationally. So quite a big jump, but you've got a great team, led by Brad Sweet and Kendra Jacobs and Josh Peterman and Mike Hess. A lot of people involved that have, been up and down the road a lot. So yeah, it was fun to kind of see, the series progress this year. We had, I think, 16 full-time traveling teams, which was amazing. I felt like the fans really grew to enjoy what we, the product that we have, and kind of how we mesh within the sport and the ecosystem. So yeah, I thought it went great. Exciting, super exciting racing every week too, which was what you want more than anything. So yeah, I look forward to next year and seeing what we can do to continue to kind of evolve and keep up with the times, and yeah, and just try and grow, keep continuing to grow.
Yeah, what's it been like? You added a lot of new tracks this past season. I know you finished your season at Texas Motor Speedway, and that's on the schedule again for 2025. But, working with track promoters and some of the things that you might have learned along the way, because again, everyone in racing has needs, whether it's the drivers, the track owners, obviously the fans, and we want to put on a good show. But what's it been like adding so many new tracks to your schedule and growing that?
Yeah, our schedule this past year was exciting because I think it was a lot of new tracks for a lot of drivers. So that was really cool. I think it kind of threw some curveballs in at the teams, and having to grow on their setup package that they've maybe had for years. Going to new tracks. So yeah, that was exciting to see people learn quickly. But honestly, building the schedule, I would say, is the toughest, one of the toughest, if not the toughest thing to do within having a series. Brad Sweet, that's pretty much his thing, and he's worked really hard on it. The past 2 years, it's tough because there's already so many big races already in place. So you're kind of trying to logistically work around all of that. And, there's certain regions that, you know, like one series more than another. So then it's hard to get into that region. And then you're having to look at, tracks that, nobody's really familiar with. So it's a challenge, but I think it's a fun challenge. And I think too, you see, where fans kind of get really happy when you're coming to their region, then you see other fans like, why aren't you guys coming on ours? It's it's simple to do, but it's really tough. I mean, 60 races sounds like a lot, but there's so many more racetracks out there than 60, so it's hard to you get to all of them. But no, I think we've done a good job of the schedule. Again, we go out to Vegas early in the year, which I'm excited about. I think that'll be good to get out there where the weather's nice, and that we haven't ran sprint cars at that track in a long time. So excited about getting our season started out there, and then ending at Texas Motor Speedway. I think that event will continue to grow, and so I look forward to it.
Yeah, that's really cool. One of the things that I love too, Kyle, and I genuinely feel that you and Brad and everyone got a good start on this because of your passion for grassroots racing and making sure that the sport is very healthy. You go to the High Limit website right now, you're posting the earnings for the season. You guys are making sure that the health of that for the racers is there as well. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I think it was obviously a big topic. When we started our series was to try and just make it healthier for the teams, and especially the teams, but the drivers involved as also. So yeah, I think it's important to kind of advertise, what we're paying out, and we still want to get way better. It's not it's a lot better than what the All Stars were, but it's still probably got room to grow. It's just tough. You have to have the money to do it, and crowds play a big part in that. So we try to strive for making our show really entertaining to get the crowds and all that. And then yeah, I mean, we're still kind of working through how a charter looks in sprint car racing. It's quite a bit different than the NASCAR, obviously, with the massive TV contracts and stuff like that comes in there. So trying to kind of figure out the right way to shape that to make it beneficial for everybody involved, and make it better than what it is. So still trying to work through that. It's really tough, but we're working hard at it, and hopefully we'll have some information for everybody here soon, and then we can kind of paint a better picture for the long term of how it's going to grow and be more financially beneficial for the team owners.
Awesome. How do you see the health of grassroots racing right now? I mean, obviously, it's more than just high limit what you're involved with.
Yeah, I see grassroots racing being, I mean, gosh, since COVID, it's grown a ton. I think through live stream and just the how simple it is to watch a race from your couch, but also, I mean, the crowds are, I would say, every bit as big, if not bigger, than what they were, still to this point, prior to COVID. So I think that shows you the health between everything. Dirt late models are striving. Wing sprint car racing is bigger and more popular, I feel like, than it's ever been. Lots of young, successful, talented drivers, lots of team owners, great racing. You see purses continuing to grow. It's just in a great spot right now. I think I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I mean the top 10 earners, probably top 15 earners from last year compared to this year is probably way more this year. So I think that that's awesome. I would say high limit has been a massive part in the growth over the course of the last couple of years. I think just the Outlaws have been the bar for so long, and they haven't really felt much competition, so to speak, or reason to change and progress. But I think, with us being added into the scene, and us, adding, a safety vehicle at the tracks and safety team and all that, you see the Outlaws doing that. And then the purse also fluctuates, all that sort of thing. So it's good. I think it's good to see, little bits of change for the better. And I think you have to do that as a business and as a sport, especially if you want to, get to where you want to be someday.
Yeah, well, thanks for everything that you do to contribute to that. It's certainly moving the needle quite a bit. All right, let's shift gears here a little bit. Talk about one of the big things in 2024, and that was doing the double. And I don't want to define that experience for you or anyone who watched it as what happened with weather. I'm more fascinated with everything that led up to that. I mean, literally watching you go back and forth and seeing you go from a helicopter to an airplane, going back and forth from Indy to Charlotte and everything. What was your experience like with everything leading up to that day?
Well, I mean, as far as like the logistics of it, it wasn't really any different than what I'm used to. I'm flying around like all the time, getting to the racetracks, last minute. So yeah, none of that was like, you know, surprising to me or any different. I feel like the craziness that I've kept my schedule like the last, well, gosh, probably since I've gotten into Cup and gotten to race sprint cars still, it's kind of helped prepare me for the hectic back and forths to go race and jumping in different cars on same day and stuff like that. So yeah, that was fun to do that, but it wasn't any different. I think a lot of fans were surprised by that, but yeah, the overall experience though was amazing. I loved every bit of it, mostly every bit of it. The weather kind of killed a lot of it at the end, but everything prior to that was awesome. You're getting to, you know, it's been a while since I've gotten into a new race car and not knowing what to expect. So I liked that feeling before the rookie test of, not knowing what to expect and what's this going to feel like, what's everything, what's it going to sound like, all that. So yeah, going through that was fun, just learning, quickly and trying to learn, and lean on the engineers, teammates and stuff was a lot of fun. Um, the atmosphere at the speedway is unmatched. It's crazy, for practice days, like there's 50,000 people there or more on some of the days. So like it's incredible. The amount of pictures and autographs I took throughout the couple weeks was wild. I've never experienced anything like that. And I wanted to, take time and enjoy, all that, the fan stuff. So yeah, I made sure I signed for everybody. Um, you know, Qualifying day was, well, days were awesome. That all went a lot better than I expected. And then yeah, and then you're getting to go back and forth. The All-Star race was really cool with the weather being great that weekend. And qualifying fifth for the Indy 500, and then jetting out of there and being wheels up before they were even done with qualifying, and then getting to North Wilkesboro and just hearing the crowd cheer for me as they saw me arrive was really awesome. So yeah, I just felt the support from everybody, which was great. And then yeah, the race day was kind of weird emotions because yeah, I just I knew once it got to a certain point, I knew I wasn't going to get to race both races the full distance. So that kind of, as a racer and somebody especially like me who loves the race, like that was a big bummer. So yeah, I didn't really get to like fully enjoy the race because my mind wasn't like 100% like focused on it because there was just so much going on outside. But yeah, it was still a great experience, and I look forward to doing it again this year and being a little bit more prepared, even though I felt really prepared for it this year. And then yeah, hopefully the weather will be better. I can't imagine it would happen 2 years in a row. So if it does, well, hell, it just wasn't meant to be. But hopefully the weather is good this year and we can get both races in.
How hard was the decision for all involved for you to go back and do it again in 2025?
Um, I think, well, for me, I wanted to do it again. Like it was a pretty easy decision for myself, just because, the whole, for me, anyways, the whole goal of it was to do both races, and I didn't get to, so I didn't even really feel like I got, because I didn't get to do the double, so I wanted to get another opportunity so I could do the double and get to try and run 1,100 miles, and you do something that only a handful of other guys have gotten to attempt. Um, I think, with how it all ended up this year, I think, there was definitely, like probably a bitter taste in everybody's mouth with how it went, because of how much money was invested into making it happen. Um, but I think as it, kind of got a little bit further away from immediate, I think we all kind of agreed that, we need to try it again. And thankfully, Rick Hendrick was on board. I mean, he's the guy, paying for it all. So, if he said no, then we weren't going to do it, and I would be fine with that as well. But yeah, thankfully, I have his support and his backing to go, live out a dream, and hopefully bring two good results, and also bring hendrickcars.com a lot of eyes to their business. So yeah, I'm very grateful for it, and hopefully this year will go better than this past one did.
Any sense of redemption that two of your six wins on the Cup schedule this year, one came at the Brickyard and the other came at Charlotte at the Roval?
Yeah, I think that definitely. I would say the Brickyard for sure. I think that definitely, it wasn't something that I thought about at all leading into the weekend, but afterwards, and with how that whole race kind of played out for us, I was just like, man, that was like meant to be, because I didn't feel like we were going to win. And then the strategy with whatever happened on our pit stop mid race that got us way in the back. The strategy ended up working out perfectly for us, and then Keselowski running out of fuel as we came to the restart zone, and me inheriting the front row, like all that was unbelievable. So yeah, that felt like some weird energy that just shifted our way, and was like meant to be. So yeah, that was really, really cool to go there and win with the paint scheme that we were supposed to run at Charlotte for the 600. And then yeah, then going back to the Roval, winning that, yeah, was something that I didn't think about, what that meant, until after the race. Everybody was asking me like, oh yeah, I guess, yeah, it is kind of redemption, winning here. But yeah, it's just I don't know, maybe both of those just felt like they were meant to be.
6 win season on the NASCAR side. How do you evaluate your overall 2024 when you look back at it?
It was a great year. Yeah, I was super happy with the performance of our race team all year long. We had a ton of speed from race 1 to race 38, really. So yeah, I was happy. Obviously, you want to make the final four and have a shot at championship, but at the same point, like I also understand the format and know kind of how crazy it can be and all that. So I don't let finishing sixth in points take anything away from our season. I know we had one of the best, if not the best season. We led the series in most every category. So really proud of the team and their hard work. And yeah, and I think we left some out on the table too. So I'm excited about next year, and hopefully we can continue to evolve and get stronger as a team, and yeah, win some more races, lead more laps, and who knows what the new format will be. So maybe it'll benefit benefit us somehow.
Yeah, real quick, we're exactly 2 months away from the time you're back in your Cup car for the clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. So, what does Kyle Larson and the Larson family schedule look like for the next 2 months?
A lot. our off seasons the last couple of years have been pretty calm. This year it's getting, although we're going on a couple of vacations, with some racing mixed in. We're just never home. We're not really home much. So, yeah, we've already been on one vacation. We got another vacation coming up, in like a week and a half. And then yeah, I have some more racing to do too. So I'm excited to go to Australia. I'll go there. We leave Christmas night for Australia. I go there just for like 5 or 6 days to race the sprint car at Perth. It's promoted by High Limit as well. So we're going to pay $100,000 to win, which is by far the largest paying race in Australian sprint car racing history. So excited about that. I think the crowd will be huge. I think the competition will be great. So really looking forward to getting to that side of the country. I've never been to the western side of Australia. So excited to get there. And then we'll head back for the Tulsa Shootout. Owen's racing there for the first time. So gonna go support him. And then not long after that, it's, media days and production days and all that, getting ready for the Clash and getting ready for the new season.
Thank you so much, Kyle. We appreciate your time here today.
EPARTRADE is a digital platform that we've created basically to make life easier in the business community of auto racing.
EPARTRADE, there is no e-commerce. It's literally a connection just like at a trade show. So now, any time of the year, a buyer could reach out to a supplier.
When you see a product that you're interested in, all you need to do is click on request more information, and then from there it is forwarded directly to the buyer or to the supplier.
EPARTRADE really eliminates having to travel, closing down your shop. Now you have a place to showcase globally your racing product and technology.
Looking for a quick fix of motorsports news? The Speed Sport Daily is what you need. It's a free racing newsletter delivered directly to your email every day. We'll cover the winners and the losers and tell you who's making news off the track. It's NASCAR, NHRA, World of Outlaw, IndyCar, and so much more. Go to speedsport.com today and get signed up for America's free racing newsletter and get your daily motorsports fix. The Speed Sport Daily.
Land speed record holder George Poteet's Speed Demon rocketed 481 miles per hour at the Bonneville Salt Flats. You don't go that fast without ARP fasteners.
There is no way that we could go the speed that we've gone, the number of times we've gone, with a lesser quality bolt than ARP supplies to us. And we absolutely wouldn't be where we were today if it weren't for ARP.
When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com.
We're Performance Plus Global Logistics. Our team of dedicated performance industry and logistics experts get valuable cars and components to the track on time in top condition. We provide expedited logistics solutions for the performance industry using direct routes instead of deferred options, and communicate all necessary information to the appropriate resources to meet regulations and ensure a smooth transit and secure delivery, both domestically and internationally. And we exceed customer expectations by providing best-in-class service with an efficient and cost-effective system in place. Contact us today to book your next shipment.
Scott Lewis & Associates, the sales, marketing, and branding specialist for the automotive performance industry since 1988. We get our manufacturers on track by opening an extensive distribution network, providing product training to sales staff, creating fully integrated sales and marketing strategies, building successful industry partnerships, attending trade shows, events, and races, offering first-class support to customers. SLAI delivers solutions that win you sales. To get in touch with an SLAI representative, call 516-378-6100. Go to scottlewisinc.com or email info@scottlewisinc.com.
With roots in the Midwest that date back well before the Model T, Fifth Third Bank has a long history of serving the needs of automotive companies. While much has changed over the years, our passion for helping businesses put cars on the road and on the track has not. Today, we are more committed than ever as a member of SEMA, a founding member of PRI, and a sponsor of multiple race teams across several racing series.
For over a decade, Fifth Third Bank has been a staunch supporter of our industry and a great partner for many companies in the motorsports field.
Our business has been growing extremely fast, and really we could not be where we are today without Fifth Third. They provided amazing strategic advice, the capital we need to support our phases of growth.
They are true partners for me now, and what they do with their involvement in motorsports is untouched in this community.
Where can we take your business? Fifth Third Bank.
You work as hard as your truck, and you have no time for downtime. That's why more truck owners trust Blue Def, America's #1 diesel exhaust fluid brand. Each batch is guaranteed pure, so you can avoid costly repairs caused by inferior DEF. Demand America's best for your truck. Blue Def and Blue Def Platinum. Put trust in your truck.
When it comes to pushing the limits of performance, the pros know there's no room for compromise. At Crower Cams, we don't just engineer camshafts and valve train components, we redefine what power means. Since 1955, Crower Cams has been the name trusted by racers, engine builders, and gearheads around the globe. Whether you're building a street machine, a dragster, or a track car, Crower Cams provides the muscle you need to dominate. And with Crower, victory is within your reach.
For over 25 years, Wisconsin-based CTech Manufacturing has been engineering and manufacturing the toughest, most accessible aluminum tool drawers, cabinets, carts, and tactical storage solutions for America's hardest working professionals. Whatever you need to store and however you need to store it, put your trust in CTech Manufacturing. We build it better. Visit our new website at ctechmanufacturing.com or give us a call at 715-355-8842.
If you're watching this video, you might be wondering, what is WPC? WPC is a surface treatment designed to reduce friction and increase the strength of metal parts. As much as it might seem like a coating, WPC is actually a surface treatment. Think of it like shot painting, but the media is much finer, like talc. So what you're left with is a super hard, smooth surface that actually has some proprietary dry lubricants embedded within it. For more information, visit WPCtreatment.com.